Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the first day of the Valorant season for IHSEA. I am one of your broadcasters for today, Coach Tivo, and I am alongside Coach Brown. Coach Brown, introduce yourself.
How's it going, guys? I'm actually the coach for Niles North, but I'm just here for the first time. Gonna fill in a little bit, learn a little bit about Valorant, and put my insights, my CS:GO insights in.
Absolutely, and I mean, hey, that game knowledge carries over really well. Very similar games if you're new to Valorant. It's a more tactical shooter than Overwatch, which we've been broadcasting. So we're getting into some more stuff, moving on in the season. And our teams are just about ready, so we'll be moving on here very soon. And I believe our first map is Split today. So very excited to see what happens here. It is Springfield versus Salem. And with that, we've got two very good teams starting off the year. And I'm so excited for this to be our first match. I know Springfield for a fact really likes Split. That is a map they're pretty comfortable with. What are you hoping to see here, Coach Brown? You got any thoughts on any of these maps so far?
You know, I would love to see some headshots. That's what I'm here
Yeah.
for. You know,
Right.
I'm here for some corner peek. I'm here for some snipes. You know, let's have some fun. Get some
Yeah.
kills.
No, exactly. I agree. I'm here to watch them click heads and rip them to shreds, as the old adage. You know. And with our teams here, let's see who we're picking. This is, of course, the new kind of pick screen. Looks very nice. Wow. Art team, what are they up to? We'll see if we get anything out of the ordinary here, but so far it looks pretty standard, especially on the side of Springfield. Very standard comps all across the board here on Split. I like the Cypher from Salem. Cypher has been nerfed a little bit, and can kind of argue back and forth on how useful that character still is. But if you know how to use the champ, I think he's still pretty useful.
Yeah, that intel, isn't that intel just always useful?
Exactly. It's one of those things. You can nerf him to the ground. You can nerf Sova into the ground. But that's always going to be helpful. It's always going to be something you want. With Sage being nerfed so much, we now have Skye, who is another healer. Of course, she can't heal herself, which makes things a little different. But it's another thing. If you have a game with heals, you mentioned liking CSGO. CSGO doesn't have heals. That makes Valorant a much different tactical shooter. If you can heal up your teammates, you can get a little riskier. And that's one cool thing about Valorant if you're new to the game. The abilities, the different strategies you can do, if you're coming from CSGO or another tactical shooter, there's a lot of different stuff you can do, including get a weird error screen sometimes, because that's how video games work. Not everything works super smoothly. So we'll be relaunching here, and we'll be getting back to it in just 1 second. But I'm excited to see what we have here with Split and with some of these operators. Like I said, most of it's pretty standard across the board. The Cypher is a little different, and I'm excited to see how that works. But we'll see, hopefully, some exciting stuff today.
You know, and it's funny that we just kind of ran into an error. You should tell the viewers a little bit about what just happened when we were trying to get set up here.
Yeah. As I was trying to get set up here, I got home. And of course, I turn on my computer, I'm ready to broadcast. And of course, my computer blue screens, because why wouldn't that happen? And then right after the blue screen, just Discord took maybe 5 minutes to load. So I was on my phone, hoping I don't have to broadcast from an iPhone, because I don't think that's going to work too well. But thankfully, we are back. But hey, maybe it's one of those days, the caster's curse.
Right. Let's keep the hard drive a secret too.
The hard drive. Oh, my failing hard
Usually
drive.
not.
Yeah, my failing hard drive. Yeah, that'll do it. But Coach Brown, an interesting thing to share with you is I have a very bad caster's curse. When we're I've been casting Overwatch for about 2 months now. I have only ever cast 3 games in a row. It's always been out of a best of 5. It's always been just a 3-0. It's never been anything more.
Really? So, no hype games?
No hype games ever. It's always just, they get a little hype, but even if they're close, it's always a 3-0. And we don't want that today. I want this to be 12-12. We're going into overtime and teams are screaming and clinching, because that's what I want. I want really good
racing.
Exactly. And that's what I love about Valorant. You mentioned coming from CSGO, which I think a lot of people are. Obviously, the games carry over. And this is one of those games where it's in Valorant, in Overwatch, which, we're coming off the season for it. Stay tuned for playoffs. We're coming off the season for that. And so this game's much different. We have a couple players from either game coming over. For example, Legat, he plays also on Springfield's Overwatch team. You play this game, and it's got a little bit of some different stuff there. You aren't really using abilities and healing everyone up every 2 seconds. They're a bit more tactical. So this game, anybody can pop off. And that's what I'm hoping for with this first day of Valorant. Somebody can go nuts with a pistol and, find some crazy limbs and make the game. You can get an ace with a pistol. That's not unstoppable in this game.
Yeah, and like you were saying, the carryover from CSGO, a lot of strategy involved with that econ. Just working with the money, making sure you're saving, and being good with a pistol is clutch.
Exactly, yeah. And you mentioned econ. That's another thing we can always get into with Valorant. You look at Tab, you see how these different money scores are looking, and that can really make or break a game. You can be up 3-0, but if you're not ecoing right, they can get a very good buy, and you're done. Very standard first buys here. A couple frenzies, a couple ghosts. I think the frenzy's super fun. And we are going to be pushing here onto the A side, it seems, on the side of Springfield. Salem are on defense first. I'm 003 hiding out in mid, looking for a little something. Ski Bob and Skye, a player who I didn't catch the name of, I apologize. Hiding up there, looking to get just a little bit of a pick. Grams does find IME003, gets a solid first pick on the side of Springfield, pushing into something here. Looks like they are kind of going over towards the B site. Grams on the Omen does have the bomb, looking to maybe get something down there. Ski Bombs. Oh, Ski Bob walking over, looking to go up ropes. Be a little stealthy, doesn't find anything. Is going to be found by Tropic. Tropic gets a find with the frenzy.
Don't peek.
Exactly. It's one of those games where one small mistake can do so much. Like Nemo finding Dixie and Patterson finding Grams, getting a pick. Legat gets the Cypher thing off him narrowly, has to jump a little bit. Nemo peeking up on the top. They do not see the Cypher right there. They know he's nearby, but they can't exactly tell where. Very common spot to sit, more than likely going to peek it. Peek together, and they find it. They find the sit. Only one person left on the side of Salem Wildcats. Very low on HP there. We'll see. He healed himself up with the Phoenix heal. Ooh, finds Tropic. Very greedy push there by Tropic. Not pushing his team. Like you mentioned, the CSGO stuff. He finds two. He finds Leggett. Vanish does put him down, but like you mentioned, we're just talking about popping off the pistol, and that's all you got to do sometimes. You know, you can go crazy with a pistol.
Hey, at least he went down fighting, though. He took down a few with him.
Exactly. And, you know, you take a few down with you, and, you know, you get something done here. Looking at the ecos here, it looks like just a very standard no. Oh, Vanish does opt to buy. Oh, no, he responds. Oh, no, he's doing it. Buy the SMG. Come on. You know you want the SMG. The greedy second round SMG buy is one of my favorites. I don't know about
No shotguns?
Oh, shotgun's obviously great. You know, you can do some crazy stuff with the Judge or the Bucky. But I always love greeting round 2. Looks like Springfield are opting to peek mid a little bit. Vanish does find Dixie immediately. Springfield gets one pick already. Looking to peek mid. Can't quite find Patterson. Right there. Nemo does face tank that. Ooh, narrowly avoids getting picked.
Very congested A side.
Very congested, you're right. Mid control obviously being important in most of these games with the Zen finding Nemo. Well, ooh, almost another pick there. Looks like they almost saw someone. But yeah, very congested A side, and if mid goes wrong for you, you know, you gotta retreat back and get to a site. They do get the take onto A site. This is not the hardest retake though for the side of Salem. Still a lot to do. Grimps has an ability out. Sees Raze, can't find Ski Bob. Does catch him with the ability out, but Vanish finds Ski Bob. 3 versus 3. This is either side's map still. Really, anything can go down here on this point. Patterson is speaking with his teammates, but doesn't look at the right time. Vanish does find Patterson. Zen pushing forward, gets picked by Vanish. Vanish up 4 limbs that round, rather. Tropic does find IM003. Can't quite get the ace. Vanish a little sad about that. Looks down and just put the knife out. Like, why would you do that to me? But so far, Springfield doing pretty decent. Like I said, Split is a map they know pretty well. A third round op on Tropic.
I am liking that.
Yeah. Are you an op user? You like that stuff, Coach Brown?
I love ops.
You love the op? Okay. As somebody who can't snipe in video games to save his life, I envy you.
Oh, I didn't say I can snipe.
Oh, you just enjoy it? Okay. Right. Fair enough. Oh, they do refund it. That's a little depressing, but you do what you got to do, I guess.
I think they heard us.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Castro's curse. You know, I mentioned they want to do something, and they decided not to. Coach Brown, if you're on the side of Salem here, what do you think they need to do a little different? What are you seeing on this defense that's not going so well?
You know, I'm noticing that they're peaking really, really scary. And I don't think that that's a good strategy when you don't have money.
Agreed. It's not a great strategy. It looks like one player is DC here. Not sure what the protocol is for this just yet. We'll see what happens with this. But you do have a very good point here. When you are on a defense side, one of the easiest things to greet is constantly pushing. It constantly goes against you sometimes. I know that's something most people fall into the trap of. I know when I play CSGO, sometimes I love pushing, and it's like, oh, why did I do that? I got picked for no reason. And it can compound. You can do that way too much. Patterson finds Nemo. Tropic does find Patterson in retaliation. Patterson's a very good shooter. He's good blind. Vanish does find Dixie, and Vanish also finds Ski Bob. Vanish popping off at this game. I believe he's 7-0 now.
Just laying waste.
Absolutely. I'll tell you right now, Coach Brown, I am not a carry when I play games like CSGO. I'm the one who wants to flash and hope for the best. Vanish finds 3. So I always love having friends, you know, who can pop off because, no, I can't really do that. Ascend does find Grams. Grams doesn't check the corner in time. Very good pick there by Ascend. Holding this corner again, getting the Cypher intel. Like you mentioned.
No, and that's exactly what they need to do. They need to stop treating this like they're attacking and hold points. Rotate when needed.
Exactly, no, totally agree. Vanish finds a 4th there with this end. But really, you know, you need to rotate when needed. But if you hold that site like Zen is doing, you can actually get some good stuff. He is the last one alive, so a little hard. But does get a good pick there. Also gets some good intel, and you know, that's what you need sometimes. It's a battle of attrition when you're losing, you know. Gotta try to do a couple things, get a good couple eco rounds, and then maybe you can find a few picks.
Might be getting a pause here.
Yeah, let's see what's going on here. I believe the player has reconnected, so I don't know if they're still pausing.
Yeah, let's avoid that caster's curse here.
Yeah, it looks like they said it's fine, so we'll see. Vanish is up 9-0. Could you show us the score real fast? Thank you, broadcasters. What a great broadcasting game we have. Yeah, an eco on the side of Salem is not looking too hot. Kind of forcing to buy an Ares there, a shorty on the side of Dixie. Wondering if that's the best idea, though, for Skibob to buy an Ares when the rest of his team is saving. I believe he'll have about, what, 3,400 next round, if I'm doing the math right off the top of my head. No, he does decide to refund it. Probably for the best there. Their ecos aren't looking too hot. And then you look at the side of Springfield, and it's all rifles. 2 Phantoms, 3 Vandals. And it's just hard to win those. Sometimes you got to eco. Tropic finds Ascend instantly. Looks like he was pushing up. Interesting. Like you mentioned. Oh, Legat finds Skibob through the smoke. Very well done. Is able to get rid of the Sky little woofy thing. Nemo finds Tropic finds Patterson, and it is a 1v5 for Dixie. Does have a shorty, and I've seen crazier things happen. Rams planting the bomb. Dixie looking for something. Ooh, very good there to not shoot immediately at Jet because, you know, too far out of range. That shows some good trigger discipline. So do have to praise that a little bit. Not much you can do in a 1v5.
Yeah, that was a lost round, but like you said, really good discipline. I like that.
Yeah, and now they can buy rifles. And there's a solid chance they can get something done this round. Now that they actually have a little bit of an eco, there's something they can do. Being down 4-0 is obviously tilting. But it's not unwinnable. It's one of those things where, sure, it's
absolutely not.
It's hard to overcome that, but yeah, like you said, absolutely not. It's totally winnable. And it really comes down to mental state and kind of how much you know your teammates in practice.
This goes here.
Ascend opting to not push through Garage again, probably for the best. Ooh, I mean, looks for someone. Moves back instantly, so okay, I'm getting
figured it out now.
No, thank you. No, thank you. Skibob had the grenade out. Doesn't look like he's going to throw it, but they do know they are pushing over towards this site. They don't have bomb yet. Bomb is over in mid, though.
Toxin screen down.
Jaime finds Vanish. Grams also finds Patterson. Grams does have the bomb in mid.
Yeah, Vanish is huge.
Agreed. I mean, he's there. He's currently carrying. And that's also a mental state thing. You know, you get that top frag, and you're like, oh my gosh, we can do this. It's winnable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You beat the raid boss. You know, we were talking about World of Warcraft earlier. And, you know, you beat the raid boss, and you all of a sudden realize, okay, we can win this. Ascent finds Tropic. Like we just said, it's a mental state thing. You take out these big people, and all of a sudden you realize, I can do this. We can do this. Play as a team, and you can really do it. And they're kind of pushing better as a team now, too. It looks like a couple pushing through mid. Dixie does get picked by Nemo, and Legat does find IME003. I don't know if that's an I or an E.
Planted.
Sponsor hard. But yeah, I mean, it looks like this may be lost now. It's 2 versus 3. Still winnable, but a little harder on the retake.
Yeah, they had the advantage for a while.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, Legat finds Skibob. Picked in the same spot. Legat's still holding down mid. Comes to one of those points. Ooh,
great shot
by Nemo. Very good shots. Tags him in the back. And again, using
there's that intel.
Exactly. Using that utility very well. Peek's a good corner, but it's one of those situations where you can only peek so many corners.
Yeah, there's only so much you can do there.
You want to assume they're up, but at the same, you know, sometimes they're down. You got to try your best sometimes. And looking again on this side of Salem, their eco is still a little in shambles. Ascent chooses to full buy. So does Patterson. Looks like they're opting to just full buy regardless. Try to get something done. And looking over at Springfield, their econ is disgusting. 7,000 on quite a few of them. And off on Nemo now. Probably
they could buy the other team weapons.
Yeah, just throw them down here, guys. Come on. But yeah, in this case, Springfield is doing a very good job of pushing their advantage. But I think that's currently what Salem's doing a little incorrectly. It seems like they're pushing a little bit, holding spots they don't need to. They've already been picked in these spots, but they're going to the same spots. It looks like they just need to change up their strategy a little. I have to wonder if... Oh, Skibob does find a pick with the nade onto Vanish. Very good again, finding Vanish early. Like we talked about, it's a mental state thing. You do that, you can really become unstoppable here.
Yeah, I'd love to hear the comments. I know after they take out a player like Vanish, they are hyped.
Skibob with a decent attempt at the ult there. Not a lot you can do sometimes firing it into an ult, but you're entirely right. You take out a top frag and, you know, you get hyped. I don't know about you, but it really jazzes me up.
Oh, absolutely, I don't do it much.
Yeah.
Joke's over.
No, same. But hey, you know, it's ooh, Grams gets picked by Patterson. They're going absolutely nuts. Like you said, they're probably hyped. They're realizing, hey, we can do this. Patterson in the run it back is able to find a good pick. He does go back. I guess technically running it back. They do have Spike in mid. Teams rotating a little bit. Still hiding out in this Viper smoke. Oh, this is risky. He can find something. Oh, he's gonna get
30 seconds left.
Tropic does find him. A little bit of a risky push there, but they don't have bomb over here on this A site. I wonder if Springfield knows that. Why else would they be pushing onto site? That feels a little interesting. Oh, it's in can't find Tropic. Misses a couple of shots. Very unlucky in that case, but Springfield doesn't have bomb. Looks
10
like,
seconds
I
left.
think they may have not known that. Because it looks like they kind of got onto site and were like, oh, uh-oh.
Yeah, they can play the safe, take the round.
Exactly. Salem does a good job there. Oh, Legat does find Dixie.
Oh,
not ideal to lose a little bit of that ego. Legat hopefully won't find another. Oh, get out of there. Oh, he barely escapes. I'm going to be honest. Those are the situations where you're screaming and you have your knife out and you're sprinting. You're hitting the W.
You're just sprinting.
Yelling. But yeah, you know, some signs of life there on the side of Salem. That's what they needed. Patterson, their top frag, has an op now. Springfield lost the op. They could rebuy it, sure, but Nemo's, oh, they do rebuy for Nemo. Nemo does have a little bit of a hard eco here. But at this point, Salem are looking like they could get a little bit of stuff done, and we'll see what they can do. We'll see if they get a good picture of with this off. Phoenix and with an off. Finds Nemo instantly, wins that battle. You know, losing an off battle is very tilting all the time. You know, like I can't op. But man, losing one, that'll do a lot for your mental state. Ski Bob, ooh, sees him, but doesn't get a chance to fire off. Again, ooh, almost finds through the smoke. Shoots at just maybe a second too late. Patterson with this op is looking on in sight again, trying to find something ramp. Does get spotted by the raise bomb. Always unideal. You think it's going to go a different direction, and it just 90 degrees turns at you, and you're like, are you kidding me? Patterson finds another with this op. He's disgusting on this.
This is what he needed.
Yeah, no, you're entirely right. Maybe this is what they exactly needed. Oh, 3 pushing through onto heaven. Tropic finds I am 0-0-3. Finds us in. Some very good team shots there. Grams does have 6 HP. Almost, if he would have taken a little more damage, he may have actually been eliminated with falling off there, which is a filter. I've never done that, obviously. I've never died of fall damage.
Absolutely not.
I've got your trail.
Looks like they're looking to do a bit of a retake here. They have a 3v3. They know what to do. They have Sky Heal. Patterson looking for someone to stop. Choosing to walk around rather. Vanish does find Ski Bob. 2v3 now, making a little unlucky for Patterson. Dixie does find Tropic a second later. Keep in mind, though, Sky cannot heal herself, so this is probably a lost point. She gets the op and gets out of there. Probably the best idea at this point.
You're really smart. Give it back to Patterson.
Yeah, for real. Seriously, he's 8-6, doing super well. Very good top frag performance by Patterson so far. And looks like everyone else getting out alive here. In this case, if you're Salem, what do you think they need to do a little different here? Do you think maybe keep following around Patterson and hoping maybe he can just keep opping to success? Or what do you think they can change up a little bit to make things work a little better?
Well, like, yeah, the first thing you said, absolutely. They need to keep Patterson in his right state, his right element. That's sniping right now. Other than that, I think the aggression hasn't stopped. They've been too aggressive, and it's just going to, unless they change that, this is going to keep happening.
Right, I wholeheartedly agree with you. When two aggressive teams meet each other, and it feels like Salem's an aggressive team, they're opting to push quite a bit. You know, it normally swings one way, sadly. Patterson does get smoked out, they're not doing that again. But maybe, you know, there's a solid chance of when they're on attack, they can do something a little better. Patterson does a good rotate. Ski Bop does fall super low there at 30 HP. And Legat does go super low too. If you look over on the side of Springfield, Viper's at a very low amount of HP. So we've got very close here. It looks like Brimstone ult's coming out there.
Time to hunt.
Let's see. They're a little work to find a couple things. Tropic finds us in. Brimstone ult does find Grams. Legat does find Patterson.
Bodies are dropping.
Absolutely. I mean, it's 3v4 now. But health bars on 2 of them on the side of Springfield are very low. Sky heals are going to be proven to be very useful, I imagine, here. If any of them fall low, it's obviously not. Tropic does find IME003, find Brimstone. Still don't know if that's an IRNL. I'm going to just switch off. Regardless, you know, Brimstone does get picked, which is not good for the side of Salem. It seems like one of their biggest issues
Spike planted.
They're getting picked, you know, not near each other. Springfield are doing a good job of playing together. And if Salem just stick together a little bit, they can really do something good. Nemo does find Ski Bob.
Exactly. You don't necessarily need to cover every point. It's okay to rotate.
Dixie does find Nemo, and totally agree. Yeah. perfectly fine to rotate. In fact, you should. Tropic does find Dixie. Very unlucky there, like we've talked about. When it's just you alive, you can only cover so many things. Looks like another DC on the side of Salem, so we'll be waiting here for just another few seconds. Springfield up 7-1, looking very good in this first map. And if they keep pushing this, it should be a decent win. You know, they're pretty good on the split. However, Salem, if they get on attack side and they're proving to be as this strong, I think they can do really well, because I think their biggest issue so far is they're just aggressive on defense and it's not working for them. If
Right,
they can
I wonder
push
if that flips.
Yeah, exactly. Because if that aggression transfers over to their attacker side, they can really do something good. They can probably pop off very well. Because it's looking like a lot. Their gunfights are only narrowly missing. Like they're only narrowly losing gunfights. It's a little hard to say. Just barely losing some of these gunfights and maybe not pushing together. If they can kind of get together and push as a team here on this attacking side, there's a good chance they can do something to Springfield.
Yeah, honestly, it's tough to tell who is better because we don't know. We haven't seen the other team on attack.
Right. Agreed. And it's one of those things, you know, this is the first game of the season, so everyone's ironing out Kings.
Right.
A stomp today could mean nothing a week.
Absolutely.
These teams are still practicing, they're getting together. So that's what's so exciting about today. This is the start of a very long season. There are going to be some great games this season, and I'm super excited. Valorant is taking off as an esport, and I'm so excited to see how this goes and how it progresses. You know, esports, you know, IHSEA, still not, you know, hasn't been around for, you know, like 10 years. You know, still a newish thing. So it's great that as an organization, you know, we get to hang out and play a new game. It's not so often that a new game comes out and resonates so much with so many people.
Right, and think about it. You're at the high school level. It's really cool. I mean, if this was around when I was a kid, I would have loved it. Some Halo 3? Come on.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. I would have torn up some Halo 3. I wish, you know, we'll play some Master Chief Collection later. But it's just so exciting to see this because these guys are all so dedicated. They're doing so well. And, you know, you got to be proud of either of these teams, no matter how the performance is today. This is an exciting season, an exciting new game. This could go anywhere. And really, when you look at it, these teams switch up every year. By the next season, they may have a lot of these kinks ironed out. Some people may have graduated. You get a lot of crazy stuff. Looks like the reconnect is back on the site of Salem Wildcats. So we will hopefully be back in this soon. We'll see as this person reconnects. Obviously, with everything being over the internet, because makes things a little hard. You know, we work through these kicks. It is a shame we can't all be in person because it would be so hype if we could do some of these matches.
I know.
Cast playoffs live. Oh my god. You know, we'd tear it up. We would tear it up.
I get to wear a suit.
Exactly. Get the crowd going. Start screaming. I have neighbors, so I can't do that. You're living in an apartment. You can't.
Right. Same.
Sometimes, right. What I love.
Great play.
Yeah. You just scream. And while we're waiting here, you know, fun story time. One time I was casting and my neighbor did think I was in trouble because I yelled, "Oh my god!" You know, it happens. It happens. It looks like they're going to call for the go-ahead. They're going to keep going, and we will pick up here on round 9, 7-1, favoring Springfield. 20 more seconds left of this buy time. Obviously, they've had plenty of buy time. But at this point, you know, they're getting ready to go. Springfield's eco is still phenomenal. They've been ecoing really well this game. 4 rifles, rather. 3 Vandals, 1 Phantom, and then 1 off on the side of Springfield. And it looks like they're opting to just pistol on the side of Salem. At this point, probably not a bad idea. It looks like they're stacking mid. Interesting.
It's really interesting.
They might just be going to get a pick or two and get some money, which
I like that.
The worst idea. You know, play together, somebody crazy, take it by surprise.
Exactly what you said.
Yeah, exactly. They're pushing down. Because this is something that's terrifying. If this happens to you, you freak out. You're like, what's happening?
Yeah, who are all these people?
Yeah. Vanish does find Patterson. No picks just quite yet. But if this works, though, even if they get a pick or two, that's something. Damage those egos a little bit, maybe get a gun or two. Like, Ascend is charging in here with reckless abandon. This could go perfectly.
Oh, I like that. Nice shot.
Exactly, dude. Very good dink there with the Frenzy. Frenzy's a little hard to control sometimes, so gotta be proud of what you can get there. Vanish falls low, too. I mean, hey, it's 4v4. This is winnable. 3v4. Tropic does find Skiba. Spoke a little too soon. Oh my goodness!
Wow, wall
bang. Vanish finds Dixie. That's disgusting.
One enemy remaining.
Ascend right there. Does find Ascend highlights.
Vanish is disgusting.
Cramps finds, yeah. Vanish is popping off this game. Absolutely destroying. 14-2. Oh, Tropic's second place. Sorry, Tropic. Vanish does prove to be carrying just a little harder, though. But very close scores for the most part on the side of Springfield. You know, 2 very good top frags, and then everyone else a little close. It happens. You know, you can't top frag if your friend's popping off. It's frustrating. You know,
Sometimes
my
you
friend,
just let your friend pop off. Just enjoy it.
yeah, really. You know, give it to him. You know, I would have done better on any other day. You know what I mean? Yeah, pop off next time.
Let's start this party.
That's gonna be me next game.
Exactly. Yeah. No, don't worry. I got it next game. Wildcats eco's still a little rough, but they do get some rifles, so hopefully they can get something done. As we saw last time with some of these pistols, they can pop off. It's just a matter of actually going to get done. Good wall inside the mid. I believe Patterson threw that out. So at least getting a little bit of walls, smokes. I think Cramps threw that smoke. But Ascend does find Legad. That's something. You know, you play off these. Ascend has been playing this corner like a madman. Managed does find Patterson, making it a little harder for the side of Wildcats. Ski Bob does get flashed, but Springfield opts not to push that just to flash. Get him a little confused. Oh, or Vanish has the knives out, but Amy finds him with the wallbang too. Last round, Dixie got picked by the wallbang, but this time it's not happening.
Payback.
Again. Right. Nemo, ooh, they're gonna have an encounter here. Oh, and Ski Bob just can't pass enough. Tropic does
One
find
enemy
Dixie,
remaining.
and Nemo also finds other Brimstone. IME 003. We're gonna call him 003 from now on. Does find him.
Spike planted.
Ascend in the 1v3 again. We've seen this many times. He feels like he's always the last one alive. Looking around, and there's nothing there. He says, oh, uh-oh. That's not good for me. About to find Grams. Oh, he gets him with the wire. Does find the pick. Very well done. And finds the rest of the enemy team.
All at the same time.
Does pop the ult there. Yeah. And that's, I believe, side switch. Oh, no, I lied. We are one more round away. I'm an English teacher, not a math teacher.
I'll take over the math.
Yeah, okay, are you a math teacher?
I am.
Oh my goodness, what a...
Best of both worlds over here.
No wonder you want to talk about eco. I should have picked up. No wonder you were excited about the eco. You're going to pull out some A squared plus B squared equals Valorant eco.
There we go.
Exactly.
Kids wonder when they're ever going to use math.
Yeah, right now. It's their homework. We'll see what else is done here. Stacking mid again. At least 3. They run it back on Patterson. Does find Grams and gets the spike carrier down. Very big for Patterson there. Very well done. Tropic does find 003. Patterson gets a very good pick though. Run it back down mid. Find something good. That's what they're looking for. Tropic throwing the bomb, buddy. Trying to get a little something done. Throws the nade 2. Looking for something. Patterson backs up with Ascend into heaven. And they get one. Can't find anything. Tropic finds Ascend. Patterson finds Tropic. Legat finds Patterson. And things are falling apart pretty quickly here for Wildcats. 2 left up. Sky may have healed, I'm not sure. Nemo does throw out the the breach knock.
Spike planted.
Yet, Legat does get the spike down. However, Dixie and Ski Bob pushing together, this is good. This is what they haven't been doing enough. They have not been pushing together enough, so this is what they need. They can do something dastardly here. Look, they're peeking each other's corners. Good. This is well done stuff. This is what they need to do.
Fantastic movement.
Very well done. Peeking corners, doing good, guys. Looking to get a little bit of something done. However, Heaven is being peeked by at least one on Springfield. They obviously cannot. Hilarious if they could. Vanish does find Dixie. Ski Bob gets picked by Legat.
Very nice effort, though.
10-1 favoring Springfield so far.
Last
so far,
round
very
before the
dominant
half.
performance by Springfield. If they can win this last round before swap, then they just have to win 1 pistol round in this game. However, though, you know, that swap is a good mental reset. It's hard to not get tilted when you're down, you know, when it's 1 to 10. It's so hard not to get tilted. But mental state is so important in these games. If these guys are staying calm, you know, having good comms together, obviously, I don't know what their comms are. But if their comms are still good and they're trying their hardest together, then this could really swap when they do the round swap. It could really switch because maybe that's all you need, just that reset. Hey, they don't have the eco, they don't have the rifles. We can still do this. But they could even win this one too. There is an Odin.
Welcome to my
Hopefully,
world.
find something with the Odin.
I've got
I
your
love the
train.
Odin. Big fan of the Odin. Vanish does find Dixie. It's just so funny to pop off one of those. Tropic finds Patterson. 3 versus 5, favoring Springfield. Nemo does find Brimstone, finds 003. Zen does find Grams. Very good pick there, but does get picked by Tropic. 1v4. Anything is possible. With hard work, there's no obstacles. We'll see what Ski Bob can get accomplished here. Hides out just on the side of the Viper, but isn't peeking Heaven.
Spike planted.
Does
Wow,
find
nice turn.
Very good flick there. That's what you need sometimes. Like you said, good turn there. Because he was not watching Heaven. You know, he's looking towards the Viper smoke, thinking somebody would come out, and he was able to swap very fast. Oh no. Oh no, Nemo's hiding with the knock. Like they're trying to This is a little BM.
unfortunate.
This is a little BM.
Out of charges.
Almost finds Tropic. Oh, this is just BM. This is just BM. Does get the knife onto Skiba. That's totally BM. But does get the knife. They lure him over there.
Switching
Does get the knife.
sides.
Do have to feel like that is just a little too BM. But
Just a little bit at
It's
this
a little
point in the game.
right, exactly. It's 11-1. You know, do what you got to do to win. But that's the stuff that comes back to haunt you, man. That's the stuff that creates a villain. I'm being serious.
Exactly.
Like in my years of doing tournaments, I'll never forget my first league tournament I ever did. I'm gonna sound like an old man while they're in a pause. You know, I was getting bodied by like a top laner, and then all of a sudden, you know, game 3, I'm like, hey, you flashed like an emote at me or like a mastery? No, I'm coming back. You know, that's what you need.
It's good
sometimes.
motivation.
It is, yeah. And Ski Bob, you know, getting knifed. Maybe this is what he needs to create a villain. Maybe he's gonna pop off this round. I would love, love, love to see that. Because now with the round swap, anything is possible. You can come back from these. It's hard, sure, but you can come back from these.
Yeah, if you can win 1 round, you can win 12.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. It's just, you know, if you can win 1, you can win 12. You just keep counting up. You got to think a round at a time. How are we gonna win this round? How's this gonna work in the next round? What about you when you're behind like this? Obviously you don't, because you're what, you know, you're
I'm
the
never
highest ranked
behind.
player of all time.
Right.
But when you are behind, what do you prefer to think about? Do you want to think 1 round at a time? How am I going to win this one? Or do you want to know what you're going to do in the next round? Like, how can I win this to keep going?
My friends tell me, the ones that are usually behind, they tell me that the things that they do are, you know, it's like you said, mindset. If you can keep telling yourself that it's 0-0 and it's a new game every round, you can come back.
Agreed. And I think you're entirely right with that. If you keep thinking, you know, round at a time, you know, unless you're an anxiety-ridden person and you're like, oh, how's this going to affect my future? It's going to affect round 7. You know, sure, that stuff does matter, obviously. But I agree with you. When I'm behind, which I never am, of course, because I'm rank 1 in North America.
Right, neither of us are.
You know, of course, yeah. If you guys were watching the Valorant, you know, recently, if you're watching the TSM games, I'm Sub
We
Rosa.
basically made this game.
Yeah, exactly. I'm Sub Rosa. I'm also pro at every other video game. If I were to ever be behind, which I'm not, I would also think a round at a time, because in that case, the only thing you have to lose is the game, which sounds like a forehead, because it kind of is. But really, what do you have to lose but this? You know, you lose this round, you lose the game. You don't want that. But at that point, you just got to try your hardest and make it a little closer. That way, next game, you know, you can think how to win even harder. Because really, it does come down to this. It's like, okay, realistically, we might lose this game. But what practice can I get in now while we're on stage, quote unquote, obviously not on stage, but you know, while we're in a game, what can I do to do better next game? It's the same thing with like, you know, like football. You plan, obviously this isn't football, but it goes with any sport. You know, you got to think, how can I at least improve for the rest of this game? And I think Wildcats have a good chance to do that. Regardless of how many more rounds this go, they've shown that they're not a bad team. You know, they've shown they have like some good gunfights in them. They have some good rotations. And I think if they keep that up, this could be a great season for them.
Yeah, really. I mean, especially Patterson. He has something to work towards. You know, this whole team does, of course, but just seeing him work with that op, that's impressive.
Oh, agreed, dude. And a good op player is so fun to watch. So fun to watch. Still in the pause here, so we should hopefully be getting out of the pause soon-ish. Oh, wow. What good timing. The anti-caster curse. Maybe I was meant to cast this and not Overwatch. It's not why I'm not allowed to cast any Overwatch, because, you know, 3 hours all the time.
Please don't cast any for my
Coach Tivo, stop. Coach Tivo, stop.
Watching this spot.
Well, unless it goes in your favor, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Of course. I do it for you, Coach Ron. But getting back in here, we are on a side swap. So Springfield is now on the defense, and Salem is on the offense. Something good could happen here. This is a swap they need. Tropic's going to go peek the boom bot, throw that out there real fast, and back up a little bit. Brimstone getting some good smokes out onto the B site. Vanish is up here on the left. We'll see if they spot that. There's a Viper wall, which will be a little rude. Vanish does find one. Very good thing. Does find Patterson. Gets out of there. Finds 2. Finds 3. Vanish is out of his mind. Nemo then finds Ski Bob. What phenomenal use of jet abilities there.
He made 3 players vanish.
Exactly. Dixie does find Nemo. Dixie has to get out of there a little bit. Let's pick up a frenzy. Can't find another one. Tropic does find Dixie. What a hype moment here at this end of this game. Vanish.
Match point.
Flying out of his mind. You know, most people who don't practice jet, you know, when you have to dash or something, you kind of lose it. You don't know what you're doing, because, you know, you forget what direction you can dash in, you know, if it's going on your mouse cursor or not, you know, because it's stressful. But that was such a good showing of mastery of this champion. and that's what you're looking for sometimes. You can tell this guy plays a lot of Jet. But at the same time, though, it's just so unfortunate for Salem. They were so close to getting that pick, and it's just so unlucky because, you know, your friend falls and you're like, oh, I got him. But then he jet dashes and you just feel a little tilted.
Right. This total mastery of the character.
Mm. We'll see what they can opt to do here. Grams is looking to throw a blind out in mid. Does hear a couple of them. Grams does get picked by Patterson on the Sheriff. Nemo does find Ascend. Dixie does find Nemo. Backs up Ascend. Very well done. Tropic does find Ski Bob. Very close here. It is 2v3. Tropic does find Brimstone. Vanish does find Dixie. 1v3. And it is game 2 Capitals.
Look at this wreckage. I'm so proud.
Oh,
Very
let's hope
good
Wildcats
game.
back here.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Let's hope Wildcats can stay in this one. Let's try to get some close games here.
Yeah, exactly. This is the best of 3. That's only game 1. And you can unlock exclusive in-game items from Prime Gaming. Which is why if you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime. Drop that on the IHSEA channel. Anyway, Wildcats lose game 1, lose map 1, whatever you want to call it. And hoping to do something a little different next game. What do you think they need to do different, Coach Brown?
Well, first, they need to pick something that they might be a little bit more comfortable with. I mean, the map, you know.
Right.
From there, I think they definitely need to work a little bit more on their econ. That last game was a clear, huge difference in econ control. So hopefully hopefully when you're losing to someone, you pay attention to what they're doing and you try to work on, or maybe taking some of those good elements that they used and use it for your team.
Exactly. And I believe we are going into a break here as we get things set up on the next map. Stay tuned. We will be back in just one moment with the next map of Wildcats versus Capitals. Welcome back, everyone, to Game 2 of Springfield versus Salem on our first day here of IHSEA Valorant. Start of an exciting new season here. We're moving on to Game 2 here, which is going to be on Bind. And first up, we have Springfield on attack and Salem on defense again. Last time, I think, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That makes sense to me, unless I'm wrong. But an exciting continuation here. And hopefully we see something a little different than last time. In our last game, we did notice it was 13-1, favoring Springfield. So hopefully, Salem can get a couple different things going off here. Last game kind of went wrong for them with, as you mentioned, Coach Brown, some bad eco, not really pushing together, and Springfield just kind of had their number. But this is a new game. It's a new map. Really, anything can happen.
Yeah, definitely. Let's hope that this is their map. I mean, obviously, we're not rooting for any team, but we want to keep the games close. We want to see some excitement.
Yeah, because I want to get hyped. I want my neighbors to yell at me when I scream.
I want the police called.
I want to get so excited that I yell boom headshot like it's 2007. I want to scream it so loud that somebody thinks I'm in danger.
Boom goes the dynamite.
Boom, exactly. See, you get it, Coach Brown. You're the best. Don't tell anybody I tell you this, but you're better than Coach Wrigley. Don't tell him I said that. Oh, he can hear this.
I won't.
Yeah, he can hear this. Don't worry, it's fine. But yeah, I'm excited to see what happens with this game. I think we can get some different stuff here. We should be just about ready here. I believe teams are readying up. As I read that, I see teams are not ready. So give me 1 second. We will get going soon. So in this opposite case, we talked about what Salem needs to do different. What do you think Springfield needs to do here to really push this further?
Springfield, well, they're going to be starting off on defense this time. So I kind of interested to see how they play this because we didn't get an opportunity to see them truly play defense. I think that if they can hold their points like Salem should have done,
right,
they can hold out here. But we don't know. We don't know. Maybe Salem is a great attack team. Yeah,
seriously. This could be nuts. If they do a decentish defense this time, this could go crazy for them. This could go absolutely nuts. They, like you said, they could be the most goated attack team of all time. Goated, yeah, of course. You got to keep up with the kids. I act like an old man. I'm not an old
lit.
I'm not like Coach Wrigley. But no, I'm kidding. I love Coach Wrigley. But got to keep some casters on their edge. But we should see here. It looks like they're ready. Everyone seems to be ready. So we will be going here on to Bind. Bind is a fun map. You got any thoughts on Bind?
I've actually been to this map, I think once or twice when I played it.
Yeah. Bind is not the best map, in my opinion. It's one of those maps that I'm trying to think of the best way to word this. Isn't necessarily attacker or, well, I guess it can be. It kind of depends on the team. It feels like it's always, at least for me, because I'm way better at defense. It feels way more of an attack-sided map, even on a good defense. It can kind of go hard. But obviously, we'll see how these teams play because this is, like we said, the first day of the season. These teams can adapt to new strategies as the season goes. We'll see what teams opt to pick. Tropic is on the Rays once again. Legat switching off the Viper to the Phoenix. Nemo back on the Breach. Grams is also back on the Omen. Running it back to Salem, we've got Patterson back again on the Phoenix. He popped off last time, so I'm excited to see that. Stamian, who looks like a sub in this time, is going to be on Omen. Ski Bob back on the Rays. Is Send back on the Cypher. And Dixie this time, no Sky, but instead on Sage. Exciting. Sage has been nerfed, but I think Sage is very good on this map. Excited to see more of that. We'll see what Vanish picks. I have a feeling it might be Jet, but we'll see.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I wonder, do players usually swap like this?
I'm not sure. What do you mean swap like
well, I just mean, do players usually have a pool of characters to play?
100%. Yeah, I think most players have a couple characters they're pretty good at. Okay. It's a little hard. Obviously you can main characters in any game. But I do think it is a little good to kind of have your own group of characters to play. I guess a pool is what I'm looking for. Sorry, I was getting a message about something in chat there. But yeah, we are here on to the second map of the day. Very fun little graphic there. Man, our broadcasting team.
They're
so wonderful. Killing it. Man, so good. Shout out to our broadcast team, of course. I know we don't do enough. Thank you to Coach Mendez, always being great on the broadcast. Big ups to him as we get into this next game. Wouldn't be able to do it without him.
As the kids say, goated.
Goated, absolutely. We actually literally couldn't do this without him. So thank you, Coach Mendes. And always thank the bus driver. Is that joke still funny? Is that joke still funny? Do we do that? Anyway, yeah, thank you. Voice in my head. Was that the Wizard of Oz? I don't know if the stream could hear.
Zordon, maybe?
Zordon, true! Oh my gosh, it's Zordon. And very standard stuff here. Couple ghosts, couple just regular pistols. And it looks like they are pushing through B long here. That is a terrifying sight. Patterson says, please no, please no, please no, please no. Throws down the fire, hauls it back. Very good there to throw the fire down and buy some time. Patterson is gone. He said goodbye. And they take the teleporter. Oh, I love teleporter plays. People start rotating and never mind. But thankfully, Sage stayed on the A site. They able to put a wall up. That doesn't matter. Nemo's mad. He's pushing through it. Goes. They go back to the teleporter. Oh my gosh. This is the teleporter play of the year. Legat finds Dixie. And I'll go back to the teleporter. What a strat, this is a beta strategy right here. This feels like something I did day one, where we're like, teleporter time, you just keep running back and forth. Graves finds this in, Patterson does find Vantage, Tropic does find Patterson in retaliation. It is 4v2, low health on the side of Springfield with no healers at all. No healers back on the side of Wildcats. Tropic does find Damien with the bomb, buddy. Legat almost gets picked with the bomb, does get picked with the nade. Scheme up, gets picked with the bomb, buddy. Out, can't quite find anything. 3 alive on the side of Springfield, 1-0 for Springfield.
Very unfortunate timing with their abilities. Yeah,
everything there was unfortunate for the side of Salem there. They're like, oh, they're going this way. Oh, they're going this way. Oh, they're going this way. With the fun little teleporter strategy. I love seeing stuff like that. That's the weird off-the-wall stuff you see either at the beginning of a season or in it. You can't do that in the middle. You're like, okay, you did this once. But by playoffs time, everyone forgets.
Right
Nobody
there.
remembers week 1.
Right.
Springfield doesn't matter.
I wonder if they were expecting them to rotate, and because they didn't, they said, hey, I guess we go back.
Right, yeah, seriously. I wonder if that was the original plan or not. But, it's that good off-the-cuff thinking that you need to be good at games like Valorant. Ascend does spot him with the camera there. Like you said, this Cypher util is just useful, man. Even if they want to nerf it, you can still always find it. And they take teleporter again. This is, if they do this again and they get away with it, I will be shocked. But I feel like Jesse from Breaking Bad, he can't keep getting away with it. Ski Bob throws an A, doesn't really get anything off. And they go, oh my gosh, they can't keep getting away with this.
Oh no.
Oh, Legat almost, he hit the wall there. Ascend is waiting. They know they're coming back, but they're going back through long again. But Patterson finds 2. They get punished for this. Because, yeah, Ascend finds a 3rd, finds Nemo. Legat does find Patterson, though, and it's 4-2 favoring Wildcats. You have to feel like Springfield got greedy there, right?
Oh, absolutely. You can't run to the well twice. You gotta think of something new here.
Exactly, dude. And it's always frustrating to see teams lose stuff like that. Ski Bob. Oh, and that's his team. Never mind. You always have to feel a little frustrated when teams lose stuff like that because it's just cockiness. Stamian finds Tropic. You have to criticize Springfield doing this again. That was absolutely greedy and just trying to be funny. That's something you can't do. Those are mistakes you can't really make. Oh, Legat does find 2. What?
Oh no.
Oh my goodness. Looks like they all left, and I believe they had bomb there. I wonder why a few of them left. I think they were watching them behind, but just got to stay alive here. Legat, it said, okay, you know what, I'm winning this. We're not doing this. Legat might have time to actually get this down still if he hauls it. No, he won't. Out of time. But, man, Legat finding 2 there is a little depressing. I feel like Wildcats should have stuck together there, because they totally had the opportunity to stick together. Only one needed to look behind them, Obviously, Springfield are punished there. I just feel like, Wildcats could have had a couple more survive there. But it's one of those things where you're kind of confused because they're doing a weird play. But you have to criticize Springfield for that. They had the first rotate. That totally was theirs. They could have had sight. But they do a ha-ha funny and keep pushing.
Right, and that's going to come back. That can hurt them.
It works sometimes, but I don't know. You just gotta. I always feel like you gotta be a little overcritical of those plays that you shouldn't make. That way you know not to do it again. And as a coach, sometimes you gotta be like, "What are you doing?" You gotta reel that stuff in.
Right.
I'm sure Coach Wrigley right now is like, "Are you kidding me?" Ooh, very good raise nade there. Gets quite a bit off Vanish. Also gets a little bit off Grams. Grams does find Stamian. Tropic also very good jump in there. People who can do the good raise jumps, always fun to watch. Ski Bob walking up a little bit. Oh, Dixie does find Grams right in the smoke. Dixie finds 2, finds Tropic. Vanish does find Dixie in return. Ski Bob pushing onto the side. He's going to be looking to Showers. Knows somebody's in there. Legat might get picked here as he peeks forward. 2 are watching Showers. They can't find it. They get to run it back, though. They know he's still there. Legat does throw out the fire. Curves it just a little bit. Ski Bob does throw a little jumpy pad in there. Can't find anything just yet. Patterson does push forward into U-Haul. Does blind himself a little bit. Accidents happen. Vanish does get blamed as well. Ski-Bop does find Nemo. Not watching showers just yet. They know Legat's there. Vanish does find Patterson just off screen. Sin does find Vanish. 2v1 favoring Wildcats. And it is a 1v1 now favoring Capitals. Ski-Bop does find Legat. Doesn't matter if you have 3 HP or 4 HP. I don't know how I manage that. Doesn't matter if you have 4 HP. You can still win these if you miss your shots. Well done there by Ski-Bop. Well done there by the side of Salem. Showing some signs of life. Very, very well done there.
And just really good patience. That's what we're talking about.
Absolutely, yeah. That patience is paramount. You know, if you're able to say, hey, you know, this may have been a little hard for us, but whatever, we're gonna push it through, and you're not gonna stop us from actually sitting, watching corners, which shows they've learned a bit from last game. Last game they were pushing a lot of corners and doing some aggressive stuff that they didn't need to do, and it looks like they're learning from that. We'll see what they opt to change here. At this point, ecos are favoring Wildcats quite a bit. Looks like Springfield is opting for mainly Bulldogs and SMGs. You gotta do it sometimes. Not that either of them are pretty bad, you know, Bulldogs are pretty good, except for when Ski-Bop finds it and then Vanish makes Dixie vanish. I stole your joke. But does get a good pick there.
It's our joke.
Oh, our joke. Perfect. Ski-Bop does accidentally nade himself. Oops. It's his grenade. Our grenade. You know, whatever. Nemo looking with the stinger. Coach Brown, this might be something interesting to you. The stinger in this game does have almost the exact same spray pattern as the AK in CSGO. So I know a lot of people like using it.
Really now?
Yes.
Got that T pattern. I like that.
Exactly. At least I always hear that. I hope that's not a lie and I look a little silly on cast. Ascend
Yeah,
does
I'm going to go try it and then immediately die.
Yeah, and then be like, this isn't right. You lied to me. Vanish does have the knives out. Ascend is seeing all of them. Very good camera placement there. Does ping one of them too. Well done. Tropic does find Ski-Bop though. Vanish has a low HP, but does have a knife. Can always make something happen. Patterson in the run it back. Looking to make a little bit something happen. Ooh, does spot one of them here, but barely gets picked. Vanish has his back. Vanish has about 3 HP, 7 still. Grams has none because he's picked by Ascend. Ascend does find Stamian in return though. It's 2v3. Very little way to inside Wildcats. Unless Tropic finds another one. Patterson is versus 2 left. Very low HP. He can totally win this. It's versus Tropic and Vanish. He can't quite win it. I lied. They do pick him just narrowly.
Ooh, and they give Vanish a weapon here.
Right. I don't know if he had a weapon. Oh,
no, she had the Sheriff, I believe.
Oh, really? Okay, interesting. Sheriff fun. So that happens. Very well done here on this side of Wildcats still looking strong, but Springfield does get a good retake of that site. Or rather, not a retake, but just a first take. But yeah, absolutely well done so far here by the side of both teams. I'm excited to see them keep going, but now there are rifles on the side of Springfield. They've got to start pushing that a little harder. Wildcats have to be a little careful. But with the Sheriff, oh, Ski-Bop doesn't shoot in time.
Very slow reaction there.
Maybe didn't see them, or was maybe watching them just a little bit to the side. So those things you don't expect, you know. Tropic does find Dixie. And I think that just comes down with practice sometimes.
Right.
Like we said, this is the first week. People are still practicing maps. Lighted teams may have not gotten a ton of practice in yet. Vanish is pushing forward a little bit. Jumps onto the car. Fun times.
One enemy
Ooh,
remaining.
they're about to get pincered, and Nemo finds 2. Very good by Nemo there, too. Only falls to about half HP, gets 2. Very good picks there. 3v2, a flawless for the side of the Capitals.
Yeah, great job by them there.
Agreed. This time Tropic is top fragging. Sorry, Vanish, can't quite win them all. And it looks like over on the side of Wildcats, Ski-Bop doing some good work this time. Stayman, the person they have tagged in, I believe, for good old 003. Currently doing fine too. So all across the board, very similar scores. And you look at Springfield, kind of similar too. Ecos are doing fine-ish for Springfield. A little harder for the side of Wildcats, but hey, if they win this round, they'll have some good money. I guess that's kind of a forehead. Good flash there by Patterson. Yeah, Patterson. Ascend does find Graham. Thought he got the pick as well. But Ascend does get the pick there. Patterson gets a good wall off. Says, no, thank you. No, thank you again. Backs up onto the site. Springfield does opt to throw the bomb behind him, though, in case anything goes wrong. Always a good strat sometimes. If you think a push isn't going to work, not a bad idea to do.
I'm really liking the patience again here. This is a really slow played round.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that's something you you talked about last time. You criticized a little bit, saying, they need to be a little safer sometimes. And, when it works, it works. You don't always need to push. And if the pushes aren't working, you can't do it. Again, does find Stamen. And he also pops the run it back to find no one on site just yet. Always a little disappointing. Patterson does find Vanish. Can't quite find... Ooh. Oh, Ski Bob waiting
Very
for the
unfortunate.
Very unfortunate. Ski Bob finds 2, finds Tropic.
On my mark.
Very well done, especially, so I believe Legat there had the bomb and couldn't get it down in time. Nemo does find Ski Bob because he was in the run it back. Very unfortunate. That may have lost
30
him the sight
seconds
because
left.
he couldn't get the bomb down. Very unlucky. Nemo in a 1v3. Probably for the best to just go through this telly and leave here in a few seconds, but we'll see what he opts to get done.
Yeah, let's save some money, save the gun.
Or an ace, get crazy. Oh, it doesn't. He gets
Oh,
cornered.
no.
Getting caught with an ability out is always a little frustrating. Also, feel like he just narrowly didn't see that barrel there. That's one of those spots where, like you can hide a barrel just barely and not get peeked from a corner. That's always a filter. You're like, how did I not see that barrel? Nemo back on the op. Did get beat by Patterson with the last time. Patterson doesn't have an op, though, so looking to get some work done with that. Dixie does have the res. Looking at ults here, 4 on the side of Wildcats. Pretty good. Patterson will have his soon. And only 3 left on the side of Springfield. 2 have been used recently. The guy did the run it back last round. Vanish. Recently used the knives, too.
Liking these skins a lot.
Yeah, right. Dixie looks to wall off A site. Doing the typical wall you see, but there's also a kind of a better wall you can do that I don't think a lot of Sage players practice, where you can angle it a little better and also block off a little before the boxes. I see a lot of Sages practice. So always interesting to see that. You kind of see that, or just didn't want to do it. So either work. Patterson does throw out a 2 flashbangs, looking to stay alive here. Does find, Ski Bob does find Nemo. Vanish did find Ski Bob just off stream though. Off stream. I guess also off stream. But they pick up the op. Choose to back up a little bit. Grams is a little low. I'm sorry, not Grams. I apologize. I was looking at Damien. Nope, I was looking at Damien. Right. That happens. Vanish does find Dixie. Looking to find another. Could find Patterson here if he peeks out that corner. Tropic does find Stamen. It's now in favor of Capitals. They just do such a good job of working together there. Even when they have a numbers disadvantage, when it's 4v3, even with bad health bars, they are able to get something done.
Yeah, the whole team rushed hookah, it seemed like.
Shadows traveling.
Yeah, and working together is exactly what you got to do. Patterson's pushing through the B short side here, looking to kind of maybe go through there, take it back to A, get a little something done. But it may be for naught if they can't get there in time. They're slow walking, but not a lot of time left. At this point, you have to haul it. Doesn't look like they'll have time. Maybe better to just try to find some exits. Ooh, looking through U-Haul. Doesn't see him just yet. He didn't peek. They find it. Tropic does find Patterson, and it's very well done there by Tropic. No one was really watching it. It seemed like they didn't get the call in time for U-Haul. Very unlucky.
Yeah, Tropic is definitely feeling it this game.
Yeah, he's popping off. So very, very big praise for Tropic there. He's 10-3, looking good. Vanish does have the op now, trying to get a little something done with the op. Always a fun thing to see. And once again, Eco is just not looking too hot for the side of Wildcats. A shorty on Dixie. He buys that a lot. Dixie really likes the shorty.
Really does.
I haven't seen it work yet, but I really want to see like an ace. You know what I mean? Just run it down mid, pop him. Just go. Bob and weave, get some crouches in there, go nuts. Patterson on the Sheriff. Are you a Deagle person in CSGO, Coach Brown?
No, I like watching highlights.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I'm the same. I don't know what it is about that specific pistol that it doesn't make sense to me. I did use it a lot in COD 4. Tropic does find Dixie.
Off your feet!
Tropic
Yeah, used a lot of M16.
Oh, Vanish does find Patterson. Ooh, Vanish. Oh, Grams. Oh, no, he did not do it. Right about it. Tropic does find Stamen off screen. Nemo also finds Ascend. Skibob says, backs up a little bit. Only has a classic, but does have the rocket launcher. Could maybe get something done. Doesn't get Tropic back. And that is another flawless for the side of Springfield.
Ooh, is there a bonus for flawlesses? Ooh.
For flawlesses, I'm going to be honest, I don't know off the top of my head. That's something I feel like I should know, but I'm not positive what it is. But they also have pause now. So another DC on the side of Salem.
I wonder if that's playing into some, their gameplay here.
I wonder if that is the it's one of those things that people are sure someone's DCing. Sorry, some stuff going on in chat, but they did have another DC. However, we'll see how this goes. But as you kind of mentioned, that also does have to impact the mental state a little bit. It just comes with being online sometimes. It does impact the mental state. It's always a tilter to get DC'd and have some bad internet. So just some stuff going on in chat there while we wait. Let's see here. Yeah, and there's definitely one DC. So yes, Damien is DC just for now. Should be coming back soon. We'll see what goes on with that. Internet sometimes. Welcome to Illinois, where your choices are not always the best.
Yeah, it's probably two choices usually.
Right, yeah. AT&T or Comcast is wrong. But I mean, and I'll tell you what, neither of them have done me too well.
Oh no.
Not to trash talk any businesses. Of course, we love businesses. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Talking about some errors in chat. If you at this point, let's get some poggers in chat for our teams. Stroll your thing again, Coach Brown. Get some poggers in chat. Everyone's doing well today. It's the first game of our season.
Build a ladder or something. I don't know.
Yeah, let's build a ladder. Yeah. It's an exciting first day. There are bound to be things that happen, but it's very exciting to see that we're on our first day of games. And I'm just excited to see how this season goes. Coach Brown, so far, what are you thinking? What are you excited for this season? What do you want to see?
My favorite thing to see is the guys that look like they're aimbots. I want to see some people just checking corners. I'm seeing Vanish, glimpses of that. Even Patterson. Right. And I just love finding the next aimbot, the next Shroud.
Next aimbot, the next Shroud, exactly. Shroud known for his aim, of course, in CSGO. Now a streamer, of course, but known for his aim. And so it's always fun to see people like that who can just make some crazy shots. It's like, how did you just pop onto people like we saw earlier. We saw, I think, I believe it was Tropic who just switched targets so fast. And that's always fun to see. We are starting back up here. Vanish is going to be peeking B long with the up here, looking at a little something done. Patterson does find Nemo. Leggett does find Patterson in retaliation. Very decent there, though. You take these picks. Patterson's down, but they also found Nemo. Hey, you take what you can get. You got to keep pushing one at a time. Like we said last game, sometimes you got to play a round at a time, and it seems that's what Salem needs to do right now, and they're kind of doing it. You get the picks you can. Tropic does fall to Ski Bob. Very well done by Ski Bob. Does get the headshot. Very well done. Ski Bob does have the ult also. We'll see what people are looking for here. Pretty slow here. Grams and Legat sitting in hookah, waiting with the bomb.
Yeah, it's a smart play here. Just wait around it.
Exactly. 3v4. They know they're at a numbers disadvantage right now. Granted, Springfield has played against numbers disadvantages. Ascend with these unbelievably good. Does reveal himself a little bit. With a very good cyber cam. They're not stopping him there. I don't think they know that he has it there, and he's been playing out of his mind there with those. Very well done. Vanish does have the knives out. Almost finds Ascend. I think he could have barely saw him over the top of that Omen smoke. Ascend has revealed himself. He did take a couple pot shots at Vanish. But they do know he's up there. You take what you can get. Dixie does res to Patterson. Very good res. Vanish does find Ascend, though. Very unlucky. Bring this back. Stamian finds two. Finds Vanish. Legat does find Dixie. Legat also finds Stamian. Ski Bob finds Legat in retaliation. 2 alive left on the side of Wildcats. Absolutely pop off there after Vanish jumps through. Gets a couple knives. But well done there by Wildcats. Pushing together, like we said. When they do that, they do well.
Yeah, they're a great first shot team. They can see that and then capitalize on that first angle.
Yeah, exactly. And that's all you got to do sometimes. If you can capitalize on those first few angles, you can pop off. You can do something good. And that's exactly what they needed to do. It is now 4-5, so a little closer than I think some people may have expected. I think Springfield threw a couple rounds early, and it's kind of coming back to bite them, like we said. That other round where they tried to, kind of meme, if it worked well, it would have worked. So you don't want to. Oh my goodness, my cat is destroying things. You don't want to. Vanish does find.
Let the cat take over.
Barely misses. Yeah, of course. We got to get some Yumis in chat for my cat. Anyway, Vanish is pushing up a little bit. Oh my goodness, but there's a man with the Ares there. What crimes he can commit? None, because he is found by Nemo. Nemo does pick him off. Grams does find Stamian. Things are falling apart a little quick here for Wildcats. Grams is putting the spike down. Look at his run it back. Look to find something. It does almost burn Tropic's feet. I was like, why would you do that to me, man? Come on.
One enemy remaining.
Patterson is the only one alive waiting to spawn. Does find one. Looks for a second. Let's see if he can do it. He does get blinded. Can't quite find it. Unlucky. Get blinded, and it's a little hard to make something happen. But that was a very good headshot there by Patterson.
It does, but it did feel like the Capitals were like mad that round. They just steamed them.
Yeah, exactly. Firing their own teams are so angry. Get out of here. You're top frag and get me up there. Yeah, it's angry. Then there's no better way to get your KDA up than to team kill.
Yeah, always.
Everyone knows that.
At least drop their KD a little bit.
Exactly, right. You know, that's one thing this game is missing from CSGO. There is only team damage on ability.
Right.
If you are new to Valorant, or if you're new for the season coming from CSGO or maybe Overwatch, it's a bit of a slower game. Overwatch doesn't have any team damage either. Every game should have it, though, because it's funny. Nemo just firing into the box trying to get something done on the Odin. We talked about, I love the Odin. Vanish does find Ski Bop. Ooh, the Patterson with the Sheriff finds two. Patterson is nuts, but unluckily, the Boombot does find him. Remember, boys, abilities do not kill in Valorant, as we were once told. Stamian is hiding.
Oh, no.
One enemy remaining.
Nemo does find us in. Stamian hoping to get something, does hear the bomb planted. Does, oh, so unlucky. Can't find Nemo, can't find Legat. That is so tilting. Fires a couple good shots, gets a couple pot shots in there. Nemo has like, I think 15 HP by the end there. That's when you just kind of, you get sad and you say, come on guys, why did anybody else hit him? You know, you get mad at your team, don't do that. But unlucky.
I will say, when I first started playing this game, like you were saying, the thing that did scare me the most was getting hit with the rockets by Rays constantly.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I remember the early days of beta, because I got in on the first beta.
Yeah, same.
Oh, man, people were angry.
Yeah.
Very angry.
Yeah, Summit was mad.
Oh, yeah, and I mean, I kind of don't blame him. I remember this. Oh my gosh, good times. It feels like a lifetime ago.
I know, right?
Managed by Dust Mine Dixie. Ski Bob going up with the rocket fuse, and goodbye to Grams. Does not get his original target.
Speak of the devil.
Vanish says, I'll see you later. Dashes out of there, and Grams says, I can't believe you do this to me. Does have to fake tank the rocket for him. Very unlucky.
Joke's over.
Nemo pushing up with the Odin. Staying looking to get an
planted.
ult off here. Wonder where he will go. Maybe he just gets some. Oh, doesn't look like he popped. Patterson in the running back. Looking to find something. Does see one of them. Can't find it. Legat does find Ascend. Vanish and Nemo kind of pushing together. Legat healing up there. It is a 2v3. That's 2v4 rather. A 2v2 now. Patterson and Stamian find two. Stamian finds two again. Finds Tropic and Vanish with a headshot. Patterson does find Legat also with a headshot. Nemo hiding around trying to find something. Does find Patterson 1v1. Stamian versus Nemo. Both very similar health bar wise. Stamian's only done a little bit of HP, but he does not have the Odin like Nemo has. Nemo could pop off if he starts free firing. Is looking the wrong way, is looking the right way, but does barely not find Nemo. I thought he'd get him off the dink, but Nemo does find him.
Smart play
Switching
with the fake
sides.
defuse, but just didn't have enough there.
Right, obviously pros don't fake, but sadly can't find it. It's, you know, it's one of those 50-50s. You know, you either stack and find something wrong, or you peek and find something wrong, and it's just, it happens sometimes.
Yeah.
You can play as well as you want, but sometimes, you know, you peek the wrong corner. Looks like another pause coming out here from Springfield. 8-4 favoring Springfield. At this point, Salem are still trying, and I think they're trying even harder now than they have before. It looks like their back is against the wall. I know me as a player, when my back's against the wall, or like, you know, you're like down 0-2 in a tournament or something, you know, it gets me hyped. It makes me want to play my butt off. You know, it gets me really excited. And I think Salem are doing that too. Like, I'm seeing a lot of life out of them here. They're really showing like, hey, you know, we may be behind, but it's not over yet. And I love seeing that. And I'm hoping we get to game 3. I would love to cast 3 games. But at this point, you know, Springfield, after they messed up a couple rounds and were like, you know, doing a bit of meme stuff, they're just pushing hard and they're doing well.
Yeah, it seems like they just want to go home. And right now they're dealing damage. They're sitting up in their chair and leaning forward.
Right, before our next game at 4, where they have to play again. Like, come on, give me a break. I need some food. But for both teams, you know, you always got to break and get some food. Obviously, you know, eat your veggies, do your homework. Get some sleep. Yeah, take a nap. You know what I mean? Hang out with your teams, get in Discord with your homies, and take a nap. Nothing better than listening to some lo-fi chill hop beats with your buddies. Take a nap together. You know what I mean? That's great. But at this point, while we're in this pause, you got to wonder what teams are thinking about. Got to wonder what the mental state is. Salem, you got to wonder what their comms are right now. Probably coach hyping them up, saying, you know, you guys got this. You guys got this. I believe in you. Same with Springfield, probably walking around Coach McGee, wondering what they're going to do, how they're going to finish this game out. But at this point, do you think the mental state for Salem is a little rough? What are you thinking? Are you seeing any signs of tilting here, Coach Brown?
You know, I think I do, especially after that last round when you feel like you finally got it. You got the you do everything right. You fake the defuse. You're looking in the right spot, and it just doesn't work out. I can see that being a little tilting. This is where a pause is actually useful. Hopefully that coach is in their ear, like you were saying, motivating them. Maybe they're motivating each other. That's what they might need to do here.
Right. And yeah, I think that's above anything else. You know, a good team dynamic is how you win games. As somebody who's a coach, you know, we're both coaches. You know, I can always say so much to my kids to get them hyped. But when they work together, you know, that's how you win games.
Absolutely.
You know, and once again, with experience in my own tournaments and stuff, When you work together with your team, that's how you do it. You work together and you really crush it. So you have to assume Salem hyping each other up right now, and you can see like when they work together, they're doing really well. They're throwing their mice and stuff. They're getting hyped. You can see that. They're circling back and forth. It's those little signs where you can tell. These people are trying, and I'm excited because I really think this could go to Game 3. Salem is playing really well here. Springfield does still have the advantage, but I really think Salem has a very good shot here.
Yeah, any given Sunday, or in this case, Saturday.
Yeah, right. Any given Saturday, Sunday, whatever day it is, who knows? It's all over at this point. We'll see what happens. Making some little smiley faces. That was very nice. Look at this. He made a little smiley face. Look. That's very nice. Make another one. Oh, ooh.
Some artists.
Okay. Oh, that one's like a sad face. He looked annoyed. Okay. Dixie made another one. Go to Dixie real fast, broadcaster. Oh, he's crafting it. He's making a smiley face.
Real smile here.
That's like a big smile too. That's like me whenever like my cat's nice to me. Very nice. And it looks like oh, they're making a sad face. No, that guy's sad. I don't like that one as much. You don't want to.
Not good for morale, guys.
That's not. They did a shooting smiley face. This is great. Look at these guys. I really like I said just the the slanty face. That's an aesthetic.
Straight to the point too.
That's an aesthetic. That's a constant mood. Grams, is he making a smiley face too? Are they doing this together? Oh my goodness. No smiley face. We should be getting back here soon. They are unpausing. No more smiley faces. I gotta say, smiley face game. Springfield's losing. So really, I think this means Salem wins. Salem 2-1. They keep the smiley face game up. And look, there's a smiley face right there. Is this a sign? Stamia's right next to a smiley face. Over there on the left. See, there's a little baby face. See? Oh, that's not really a smile. What have I done? Oh, he looked at it. Oh, yeah, Coach Mendez. Thank you, Coach Mendez. Is showing us the smiley face. Broadcast gap is insane. That's why we love IHSEA. Regardless, we'll be going here in about 8 seconds after this pause. Pistols. We are on a swap, so we'll see what Salem can get done here on the offense. Pushing forward.
Play.
Oh no, they're walking into a shorty do. Uh-oh. Does flash. Oh, Legat finds Patterson. Dixie does find Legat in retaliation. Oh, Nemo. No. Tropic blows himself up with the grenade. Awkward. Gotta feel like Springfield threw that a little bit, unless Grams pops off.
That was a great opportunity.
It was. Nemo just misses the shots. Very good trigger discipline, like we talked about last game, but it's such a tilt if you barely miss them.
It wasn't good that they found Nemo.
Vanish finds. They did find Nemo. Okay. Vanish has 2 HP. Does pop Dixie there, I believe. Oh, pops the camera of Grams. Very good flick there.
Spike planted.
That was good. That was really good. They do get the spike down. Grams is super low. So is Vanish. Oh, Grams is full health. What am I saying? Vanish does find Stamian. Oh my goodness. It looks like this goes to the side of Springfield unless Ascent can do something. And unfortunately, he cannot. Grams finds him. Man, that is so unlucky. Wildcats had the player advantage there and just couldn't hold the sight down. Nemo misses the shot. Tropic even blows himself up there. Like we talked about earlier, first Legat tries to get him. Now Tropic takes himself out. Says, "You want my KDA so bad? Come on, man. Come on. Pick up." I guess a challenge there. But sadly, just very sad loss there for Wildcats.
I'm just hoping they're using their sound. That was an opportunity to wait that out a little bit. Listen in.
Mm-hmm. Very unlucky. A judge on the side of Nemo. Wonder if they'll find Nemo again. That was good. That was so good. I can't wait to steal that every week. But Tropic throwing the bomb buddy down and hauling it. Always very terrifying to throw that one down because as soon as you do it, you have to run. You're like, I'm about to get
right.
This is terrifying. You throw like a good smoke or something, or like a good frag, and you're like, okay, please get away from me. This and does find Vanish. Very good pick there. That makes it 8-4 V5, favoring Wildcats. Tropic backs up a little bit, says, no, thank you. I don't want anything to deal with that. Ooh, does at least see one of them, but I think they also saw Patterson does find Tropic. Stamen does find Nemo. 5 versus 2, favoring Wildcats. Very good here. Legat is full HP. Tries to get something done with the Guardian here. Those battle rifles are always fun to use. Him and Grams kind of doing a good job here of pushing together. Grams does push into U-Haul. Doesn't find Dixie. It's a 1v5. More than likely unwinnable here for Legat. Maybe going to try to find a pick or two, but not a whole heck of a lot you can do.
It's a good turnaround right here.
Agreed. Very good turnaround. This is what Wildcats need to do, especially after that devastating loss last round. That's not something you ever want to happen. It's a bit of a tilter when you have the person to manage and lose. And oh no, never mind.
That's unfortunate.
Swipe on.
But fortunate.
Oh no. Patterson tries to take out Ski Bob. All these Phoenix players trying to take out their raises. That's kind of rude. Toxic. No, I'm kidding. But good ecos on the side of Wildcats here, too. Not overbuying or anything. Dixie does pick up the Guardians, so he doesn't have to buy this round. Pretty decent ecos. All plus 2,000 on their team. And by next round, they'll probably have more than enough for any rifles they need to buy anything, even if they lose. And the same thing Springfield's going for. Besides Travic, who does opt to completely buy out.
Yeah, bought out completely.
Feels weird. I'm sure there's a reasoning there, that or just a miscommunication. You can never really tell. The guy does get some flashes off, throws all of his utility in mid, says, you know what, I'm not dealing with this. Damien does find Grams. Very well done there by Damien again. Flanking up behind them, it looks like. Let's see what Damien can accomplish. The guy says, uh-oh. There is a little bomb running at me. He's going to get grenades here. Has to run through, and they pick him. That's what that raise grenade is good for. Patterson finds Nemo. Nemo can't really find anything with the shorty. But, that razor utility, you get somebody in a corner, Vanish by T-Bob, get somebody in the corner, and Tropic finds a send. Oh my goodness, it is now 3v2. We'll get to the raise utility here in a second, because Vanish and Tropic are popping off. Almost finds the wall.
Very close.
Looks like he did tag him a little bit. Vanish shows his own smoke now, too. Does pop up the knife, says, hey, you know what, it's 2v3, let's get a little crazy. Damien is looking where he just was at the stinger. Vanish is coming around the other side with the knives out. Is called out. Dixie does find him through the smoke and also a wall bang. Big props to that. Tropic does find Dixie. 1v2. This is winnable here for Tropic. Isn't found just yet, but they do know he is up there. Can't. Okay. Unlucky.
Great reaction.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Unlucky for, I believe, Patterson. But they do find Tropic. Like you said, great reaction there, though. Turns very quickly. You get a lot of that from either practicing a lot of Valorant or you have your CSGO skills where you see anything fly at you in any video game and for the rest of your life you turn. No matter what game it is. You see something fly at you, you turn. I was playing Skyrim and somebody shot an arrow at me and I turned. You know what I mean?
SD?
You just feel, you're like, whoa, oh, never mind. It's fine.
Flashbacks.
For real. It's terrifying, man. I've been flashed enough times between Valorant, between, Overwatch, between Valorant, between CSGO, between Tarkov. I'm terrified. Turn around.
Ooh, Tarkov. Oh, man. I don't think I'm ready for that game.
Patterson is pushing up mid. Does have the Vanish. Oh, looks for the bomb buddy instantly. Well done there, Patterson.
Joke's over.
Vanish does see the run it back. Oh, and does have vision on him. And he's going to get taken out. Skibob does return it. Does find Vanish. In that situation, it's kind of like, hey, I'm not going to body block for you. Sorry, buddy. You're going to have to take this one. They could have maybe popped out and got Vanish before he popped Patterson, but instead does find Nemo. Again, favoring Wildcats. Wildcats are popping off here. This is exactly what they needed.
Yeah, honestly, I think this might be their thing, or it could be the smiley faces. You never know.
I think it's a smiley face gap. Legat's about to push him. Oh, does get spotted by Stamen. Stamen also does take damage there. Legat says, okay, never mind. I'll see you later. Does pop the run it back. Stamen's going to have to fight him twice. Or Stamen could turn around and run. I like that approach. No, thank you. Never mind. Legat does get Stamen.
You will not kill my
terrifying. He says, why are you running? Runs at him. Sorry, Rez is Patterson. It's not fine. Well, I guess he technically finds him. Get the point. Trovic at about 3/4 HP on the Sheriff. We've seen a lot of people pop off with the Sheriff today. Looks like they're opting to push through showers, and Legat shuts that down by finding Dixie. Coming up behind them, even. Interesting. I don't know why Dixie was that far behind the team.
Yeah, this is interesting. What is going on there?
Feels a little weird not being the team. Tropic does find Ski Up. Yeah, and they're two push through showers. Grams finds Send. Grams also finds Patterson. Looks like they tried a little bit of a weird split there, and it doesn't exactly work. Springfield up 10-6, 3 alive, so should be a good equal on the side of Springfield, I believe. Let's see here. Not ideal, but, serviceable. Ecos on the side of Wildcats, still a little rough. Going to be rough after this round, rather. But should be able to buy a couple light armors on the side of Springfield, but serviceable. This works. You're not doing too bad. Grams has 4,800. Tropic's going to be fine next round, too. Legat should be decent. You do have to worry about Vanish and Nemo's eco if they do lose, but for now, everything's looking fine.
Right, and like you said, Graham's econ is pretty good. Hopefully, or maybe they could buy out one of their players.
Exactly. We got to hope your friends are nice to you. Legat does find Ski Bob. 5v4, again, favoring Springfield. And there's, the eco boost you need. Legat throws a lot of his utility besides one flashbang in the entrance to Hookah again, says, no thank you. Hauls it out of there. Sits on the side. They do wall off the teleporter behind him. Oh, it's funny. You say, no thank you. You're not coming after me. Nemo is running back through CT, looking to get a little something done, get on his side. Legat is hiding. Definitely can see his barrel from here, I believe. Does run a flashbang and doesn't necessarily find... Oh, that was a run back. No, it was not. Patterson is found by the grenade. I apologize. Legat finds the headshot on a send through the fire. Very unlucky. Dixie does find Tropic through the wall. Managed to get them in return, and then Legat does get the headshot onto Stamian. 11-6, favoring the Springfield Capitals. And it looks like they're playing a little more dominant again. As we've seen again, it looks like Springfield lose a couple rounds. They're like, no, thank you. No, never mind. Sorry.
And it's that game sense you were talking about, just the ability to fire at the right time, certain spots.
Right, yeah, like, you know, firing through a smoke, you know, somebody's probably pushing it. It's a little bit of intuition, and like you said, game sense. You have to assume if there's a smoke, somebody's going to be coming to it.
Exactly.
Time it out, and that comes with game sense.
Here's Grams again with that econ. Good money.
6,700, man's rich. Jeff Bezos Grams over there. Carry the team a little bit. Legat does throw another flash in the mid. Says, okay, no, it's here. Doesn't hear the foot stomps. Says, I'm not going to throw everything. Somebody, by the teleporter, Vanish finds the send. Nemo also finds Patterson. They're falling apart. Vanish finds T-Bob and also leaves Nemo. Again, Vanish says, I'm going to dash away from you. Good luck to whoever has to deal with this grenade or this bomb. Hilarious. You got to do it sometimes, though. You got to do it, though.
Yeah, you are right. They are mad. They are aggressive.
Damien feels weird to push into that 1v2. Tropic does find Dixie in another flawless 12-6. Springfield just need one more round.
Yeah, they're running away with
Match
this one.
point.
Absolutely. Vanish top fragging. It's a sorry, Tropic, you can't get me. Even though Legat tried to, you know, stifle his KDA.
What do you think the Wildcats should do here?
In this case, the Wildcats, I'm going to be honest, I think it's also coming down to a lot of pushing things they don't need to. Like we just saw with Stamian trying to push 1v2, they'll do that, you know, stick together. I think if they were to play together super well again, they do well. Like when they push together, they do well. Sometimes they lose with a numbers advantage, but when they push together, as we've seen, that's how they've won like 6 of their rounds. But not when, you know, 2 of you get picked and one person decides to go somewhere and then, you know, someone stays behind. You can't really win off that. You can pray for a good pick, but 9 times out of 10 that won't work the way you think. Popping a lot of ults mid. Tropic does find Ski Bob after the breach ult. Tropic also finds Stamian. Stamian does find Nemo, so it is now 4v3. Legat falling a little low. Dixie finds Tropic. Legat finds Dixie. Patterson finds Legat. 2v2. Very close here. This is life or lose for Wildcats. We'll see what they can get done here. Really fast, what ults do we have? Ascend does have the ults up. I haven't really seen him pop that too much, but that could just be me not looking well enough. Patterson does not have the run it back. However, Vanish does have the knives, and Grams will have the ult after just one more pick or an orb.
Very weird split right here. They should be together.
Agreed. It looks like they will be getting on it together, though, here. No one on the A side. They both so looks like everyone on Springfield commits to B. Oh, my goodness. They're opting to go B. Oh, gosh. Grams is going to run. Oh, or not. He went heaven with the bomb. Interesting by Patterson. They had plenty of time to get that spike down, but don't do it. Grams sees him up there, I believe. Patterson throws the spike down.
30 seconds left.
I'm going to wait. And if that doesn't work, yeah, Grams finds Patterson. That could be game. Very interesting idea there to not put the spike down immediately.
Yeah, they got them a bit more time there.
But Vanish finds Send, and that gets game going over to Capitals. Yeah, very interesting there. Wonder why they didn't put the spike down immediately, but that will be game going over to the Capitals. 2-1 in your first game of IHSEA Valorant. 2-0, what am I saying? Springfield 2-0 up against Wildcats. And a decent, you know, fun first game. We see a lot of life out of both of these teams, and now, you know, we start our season off. Both these teams can improve and get crazy from here. First game, you know, obviously does matter. It kind of helps set the tone for what you're going to do. So even if you lose, you know in the future, hey, this is all I got to do to keep getting better. This is what we got to improve on. So both teams learn a lot from this.
Yeah, it's not as if they didn't play better this game. They're getting better every game so far.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, 6-13 is way better than 13-1. And, you know, next game, keep going better, keep getting better. And I think this proves that we're going to have a very good season here at IHSEA.
These are some great teams.
Any final thoughts from you, Coach Brown?
I'm sorry, what? Can you...
Oh, sorry. Any final thoughts from you?
Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely. I think the Wildcats, for sure, have a chance here. If they can pull it together and keep playing like they were playing in the beginning of this game, they have a chance.
Agreed. And that is it for our first game here of IHSEA Capitals versus Wildcats. We do have another game here at 4 p.m., so be sure to come back for that. We got about an hour and a half-ish break. Go get some food, take a nap, and we will be back then. Thank you guys all so much for tuning in. I will see you guys. Well, I won't see you. Other cutters will see you here in about an hour and a half. And stay tuned.
Much love, guys.
Do your homework.